buenos, everyone, and welcome back to the Poliedro here in Caracas, Venezuela. We're on the road to London. Which national teams are going to make it out of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament? That final column there to the right, Russia have just beaten Nigeria, so they're on the way. Coming up next, Lithuania and Dominican Republic. You can see the Great Britain, the United States, a lot of teams already there. Two places still up for grabs. Nigeria not out of it yet. They'll face the loser of the Lithuania-Dominican Republic game tomorrow for the final spot. And they played very well, I thought, in the fourth quarter today against Russia, but really the Russians were just a little too good. The Dominican Republic, they haven't been at their best in this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. They do have some good players, and they've done just enough really to make it into the semifinals. Some great players here. You can see Al Horford and, of course, John Calipari, the head coach. Jeff Taylor joined by Liam Canny. And Liam, we're going to take a quick peek here at the Lithuania roster, and I'll get your thoughts. You know, it's been a tired Lithuanian team at times, but they've grinded out some wins. Mantas Kalnietis, very impressed by number 6. Jonas Machulis coming back from injury. Martinez Posha seems to always be there for the big plays, but really it's the heady contributions, the timely contributions of Sarunas Jasikevičius and the reliability of the scoring of Linus Glazer, which has been crucial for Kęstutis Kemzūra.
You're right, Jeff. Jasikevičius gone to the fountain of eternal youth. He's 35 years old. He made a huge shot against Puerto Rico down the stretch to help Lithuania with a win. And Glazer in the top 5 scoring leaders in the tournament, averaging over 21 points per game, although he was quiet in the game against Puerto Rico.
Lithuania's fans always travel, and they back their team to the hilt. They've played their part for this Lithuania team. And making it to the semifinals. Remember, Lithuania have played at every Olympics since 1992, since gaining independence from the old Soviet Union. The Dominican Republic have never made it to the Olympics. Lithuania handed Venezuela their first defeat in this competition, and it was kind of an unsavory game at the end. And since then, the fans really haven't forgiven this Lithuania side. Don't know what to expect during the national anthem. But anyway, we're going to hear the national anthems for both the Dominican Republic and Lithuania.
The national anthem is an important symbol of national identity and a moment for pride for everyone. In the name of the respect of sportsmanship, we kindly ask you to remain quiet during the national anthem of all.
So the fans are being asked to observe with respect the national anthems of both the Dominican Republic and Lithuania.
A continuación, por favor, con mucho respeto, vamos a escuchar el himno nacional de Lituania.
fans observed the national anthems. I thought they did pretty well. We did hear some boos at the end, but overall, I think they'll be happy with that. The Vicente Bulto, Juan Jose Fernandez, and Bradley John Gersh are the referees tonight from Spain, Argentina, and Australia. And, you know, sometimes tempers can boil over, but I'm sure we're going to have a good game now. Yak Martinez, Al Horford, Manuel Fortuna, Juan Coronado Gil, and Francisco Garcia, who erupted big time for the Dominican Republic in their last game to get them into the semifinal. And that's a good starting five. I still think that we have not seen the best of the Dominican Republic. For Lithuania, rather, Linas Kleza, Robertas Yaptokas, Jonas Mačiulis, Mantas Kalnietis, and Rimantas Kaukenis. Now, Dominican Republic have already faced one really good team in this competition. It was Russia. Russia have already taken one of the qualifying spots, and Al Horford fully expects a hard game now against the world number 5. He's statistically been very good, but, you know, I think you need to look past the statistics, especially of one player, and look at the Dominican Republic as a team. And you'd have to say from top to bottom, they're nowhere near as strong as Lithuania.
You're quite right, Jeff. I think the rotation for Calipari will be 3, maybe 4 players, but most importantly, they need a sterling performance from Garcia. Garcia had 28 points in the win over the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, but equally so, he had 4 performances in the first 2 games, and they really need him to be at his best to have any chance to beat a well-organized Lithuania team.
I think that what we're going to see is a lot of reaching and grabbing, and, you know, the Lithuanians scratch and claw and in a good way. I mean, they hustle, they get after you, they try to run. Maybe the up-tempo style of game would suit the Dominican Republic if they can get into a running game with the Lithuanians. We know the Lithuanians will run whenever they have a chance. And I guess also from a plus side from the Dominican Republic, their fans haven't seen the best from their team yet, even though they did come back from a 20-point deficit to win their last game.
Jeff, it was an emotional win for the Dominican Republic. And as we saw with Nigeria in the previous game, you know, Nigeria have gone to the emotional well many times. And I thought they played quite with tired legs in the first half of their game against Russia. To be fair, they responded and came back. And so you wonder, you know, when you play on emotion, you can only go there so many times. Dominican Republic with an emotional win to get themselves here to the semifinals. And you wonder now if they can come out and be clinical, efficient, make shots, and not have to rely on digging themselves a hole and trying to respond emotionally.
Well, a hole is what they've been digging themselves ever since they came to Caracas. And here they are. It's a sign of a good team. They can overcome slow starts. I do think that they probably had one of the easier paths to the semifinals. And even here, they still got a chance, if they don't win this game, in the final qualifying round game. But they'll try to win this one. And Lithuania are not unbeatable, as we saw against Nigeria. They're a team that works extremely hard. They've been in these positions before. And the last thing in the world they expect is to leave Caracas without one of the 3 places for the London Games.
Jeff, I'm slightly surprised that Kaukenis gets to start today, although he has been part of the starting 5. You know, Martinez Poches has had a good tournament, as we can see Arvidas Sabonis there. And, you know, Poches averages 11 points a game. He's athletic, he's quick, he goes to the basket well, he's an intelligent player. I'm surprised that he's not getting a start, but sometimes coaches like to keep an ace up their sleeve and have somebody on the bench who can come in and inject a bit of something different to a game.
Dale Harris, the assistant coach, John Calipari. Well, hello, if you're just joining us now and you're ready for the game, the Dominican Republic and Lithuania. It's the second semifinal of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. The winner goes to the London Games. The loser will play in the final qualifying round game tomorrow. The Dominican Republic with the opening tip. Horford goes strong to the basket. And the attention of Yatokas keeps him from scoring. Now Mantas Kalnietis, who's guarded by Fortuna. Kalkenis looks for an opening, finds, and Francisco Garcia with the quick hands almost comes up with a steal. Ball goes out of bounds, so 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock for Lithuania. Kalnietis on the left wing, dumps it to Yavtokas, and Yavtokas missed. Hasn't had his shooting touch in this qualifying tournament.
Lithuania, the masters at executing the screen and roll. Yavtokas just missed the easy one inside.
Yavtokas tries to deny Martinez. 9 on the shot clock. So they give some space to Martinez, and he finds his teammate, but Machulis alertly knocks the ball out of bounds. And we're seeing some, I think, really a desperate John Calipari to see his team get off to a good start today. Martinez puts up from the baseline, drives in, and turns it over to Machulis.
Jeff, you're right. The Dominican Republic had only 28 points at halftime.
Kalnietis goes all the way for the dunk, and nobody picks him up. Right down Broadway. Quickly at the other end, Francisco Garcia for 3. Well, that's a good sign, because it's taken him a while, Liam, to get off.
It did. It is a great sign if you're a fan of the Dominican Republic. They brought some faithful with them, and Garcia looked right to the crowd after he drained that jumper.
Machulis on the baseline, a good tip from Yavtokas. I'll tell you what, the Dominican Republic's not that far away by water. Looks like they've brought a few extra fans on the boat for this game. Martinez. And over to Fortuna now. Back to Garcia. Gets into the lane, hangs. And that was a tough shot for Francisco Garcia. Lithuania with the 1-point lead. Now Kalnietis spins. And over to the corner to Kleza. Now to Machulis. Oh, just beautiful runner off the glass for Jonas Machulis. Now Francisco Garcia hits the 3. And really, we talk about the open game, and maybe this open game plays into the hands of the Dominican Republic.
I think you're exactly right. You know, they're not great offensively in the half court. Sometimes Horford finds his space smothered. So if they can play in the loose and transition, that'll suit the Dominicans.
Well, you have got, if you're going to foul, you have got to make sure you foul hard and do not allow that shot to go up. So Machulis draws the foul from Garcia. Just kind of a sweeping motion, but he's with his arm coming down. That was him getting his second three-pointer.
As soon as you do that, Jeff, as soon as you bring your arm down, you give the referee an opportunity to make a call. You want to come from underneath the basketball if you can and try and poke it onto the hands of the offensive player.
Coronado into Martinez. And he fades and puts up the shot. Good follow by Coronado. Well, you know, he does a good job of crashing the boards, as does Fortuna. They just got to make sure that they get back on defense. Ball goes out of bounds, but Lithuania's ball with 15 seconds. Here's another look at Martinez on the baseline and Fortuna, or Coronado. Machulis goes baseline, has it knocked away. Oh, does the ball go out of bounds? Oh, they've called a foul on Garcia. It looked like he maybe had all ball, but have a look. No.
Yeah, we just talked about that. You know, Garcia might feel like he's stripped and clean. You're just giving the referee a chance to make a call when you come from above the basketball. That's tough now. That's really tough because he's made 2 jump shots.
Yeah, that is a big development right there. The Dominicans already with their arguably their most important offensive player out of the game. And a charge called against Yavtokas for fighting for position. Referee is a lot closer to the play than we are. And he was right on that. You can see that Yavtokas raised his right arm and pushed over. So good call by the Australian. Nice move by Horford. And the Dominicans go back on top. The winner of this game qualifies for the London Olympics. Kalkinis has it stripped. Now Horford in the open court. Look at the superstar go. Hands it off to Coronado. And Lithuania hustle back. And Machulis, great attempt from him, although a bit dangerous, throwing it under the basket of the Dominican Republic.
Coronado's got to finish that pass on the break.
Well, the top jump shooter is out of the game now. So the Dominicans try to go in. There's a double. Now Coronado for three. And almost stays out. Kalnietis bounce pass. Kleza, no good. Horford with the rebound. Quickly looks to run, and then instead of making the outlet pass, just kind of brings it across midcourt. Horford looking much more active early in this game. Jack Martinez, Jack Michael, no good, and Horford 1 against 4 in there. Horford.
Jeff, Dominican's got 2 good looks, though. Coronado's jumper just wouldn't fall, and that's a good 15-footer from Martinez.
Here's Matis Kalnietis. Oh, just beautiful basketball, and he really shouldn't be able to score over Martinez like that. Al Horford from the free throw line. Kalnietis gets it back and drives in, and he is really aggressively looking for his shot. Fortuna, and the foul on Kalkinis as he slows him up. And Sarunas Jasikevičius is going to come in for Kalnietis, who's had the afterburners on, and Jonas Valanciunas is also going to come in. So Kalnietis out, Yavtokas out, Valanciunas, and Jasikevičius.
Kalnietis has had a great start. He's got 4 points. He's gone to the basket 3 times. He's had an impressive opening.
Fortuna, bounce pass to Horford, puts up the long J, good. It was a 2, but good enough for the Dominicans to go back in front. Well, it is the most positive start that we've seen from this team in blue. Oh, good steal. Oh, no, he knocked it away, but the ball falls to Machulis in the Everloop. Machulis hands it off to Valanciunas.
You're looking at Calipari. He's looking for a travel call. I think he's right. I think Valanciunas shuffled his feet, but the referees didn't see it.
Coronado, Horford, he's hit 1 jumper inside the arc.
2 lottery picks going out in here now, Jeff.
He takes it right at Valanciunas, a soft jumper inside. Martinez keeps it alive, but Kalkinis now with the ball. And with Horford flying past, Kleza just kind of goes under and scores the reverse layup.
That's Kleza's first basket tonight.
Coronado Gill up top. Looks for an opening, and tough pass into the hands of Lithuania, looking to build on that 3-point lead. And they get it to Valanciunas, and Valanciunas is fouled by Baez. He says he got all ball as well, but the reaches are not paying off. So I guess the lesson is don't reach. Aslan comes into the game, gives a breather to Jack Michael Martinez. Josh Aslan played for Estudiantes and then Manresa this past season in Spain.
Played his collegiate basketball at the University of Michigan.
Anybody that knows the Liga Endesa knows it's a birthplace of real tough battles. And they really need him to stand tall right now. Fortuna for three. And took a couple bounces. Horford on the ground. Ball goes out of bounds, so the hustle from Horford keeps the ball in the hands of the Dominicans. Horford playing with a little bit more sense of urgency, I think, in this game.
Oh, I completely agree with you. It's important that the perimeter players make jump shots, though, Jeff, because they need to stretch that Lithuania defense to give space inside the arc for Horford to operate.
It's the jump shooter for this team.
Because it was 5. Dominicans want to stay in touch.
Here comes Jasukevicius behind the arc. Somebody's got to pick him up. He'll hit that. Oh, he misses. He's always money on that. He hit that crucial go-ahead layup last night against Puerto Rico. Did Jasukevicius. Out it goes. Coronado into the corner to Fortuna, but off the rim. But the strong, long arms of Al Horford brings it down for the Dominicans. So Horford is just playing immense. Coronado tries to bank it in. It's a 3-point lead for Lithuania. And Jasukevicius is called for the charge. Pushing off.
Jeff, Dominican Republic are settling for jump shots now. That last possession, they had a nice two-man game with Horford on the same side as the basketball. They had good spacing, but Fortuna didn't even look inside as Horford rolled to the basket.
Pocius in the game talking to Jasukevicius. Yankunas also in the game right now, guarding Asselin. Maybe a little bit better getting out on the perimeter, defending him. Here's Bias. I'd love him to contribute offensively. Horford. Kind of a fadeaway. And he gets the rebound. And Sosa, who's come in, takes the three. No good.
Yeah, that's what I mean by settling for jump shots there.
Maybe pull it back out.
I think so.
I mean, you like to run if you can, but you don't have to rush up your shots in the half-court sets. Valanciunas. Bias in transition, and that's the best we've seen from him in the entire tournament.
That's a beautiful finish by Bias. He extended, used his length, and finished stylishly.
Sosa with the pass. We'll give him the assist. Jasukevicius into the lane. Good.
You've got to be able to defend that screen and roll better. You cannot let Jasukevicius get his feet in the paint.
Well, 40 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, and Bias falls asleep. Pocius reaches in, knocks it away into the hands of Jasukevicius. And he's in no rush. Hands it to Yankunas for three. And nobody boxes out Maciulis. And Calipari had wanted a timeout, but he asked for it too late. They'd already inbounded the ball. So 17 seconds remaining here. They'll hold it for the last shot.
Need to get the ball to Horford, I think, Jeff. Give him a chance.
5 on the shot clock, 4 on the game clock, rather 3, 2. Sosa drives in. Oh, good play, but he just doesn't finish. So not too bad for the Dominican Republic, but they trail it 21-16, and they desperately need to get Garcia on the floor. He's their legitimate three-point threat, and really their only jump shooter so far.
You're right, Jeff, but he finds himself in foul trouble. He's got 2 early ones, so you wonder when does Calipari come back with him, because he's so streaky, as we know. And before he got in foul trouble, he had the hot hand. So do you come back with him right away in the second quarter, or do you let him sit for a few more minutes? Dominican Republic, Jeff, have not got to the free throw line, and that's because they're not getting enough touches inside down in the low blocks.
Well, you're looking live inside the Poliedro right now. Pretty good crowd. You know, the host nation gets knocked out. The biggest fear is you won't have some of the fans coming out. Venezuela had played in front of sellout crowds in their 2 games, and they lost to Lithuania, and then they were surprisingly eliminated when I think most people would consider an upset when Nigeria beat Lithuania. But the crowds have been pretty good. Lithuania's fans always playing a part, as you can see, with the numerous flags, the giant flags that they have over their traveling drum section.
Must be a couple hundred fans, I would have thought, from Lithuania, Jeff.
Although I have to say, I think they're probably outnumbered by the Dominicans over here to our right. Here's some of the Dominicans. Remember, Caracas is on the Caribbean, as the Dominican Republic as well as in the Caribbean. Yankunis is held by Horford. A lot of fouls being called on both teams.
And that's Horford's first. You don't want to see him waste fouls on plays like this, though.
They may have missed Yankunis wrap his arms around him. And Ramon's come into the game, and they tried to force it inside to Valanciunas. You can see the Dominicans really want to try to play fast.
That was great D by Baez as he went into a help position, sealed off Valanciunas' route to the basket.
Now Ramon's hit some jumpers. Here's
Horford's got a mismatch inside with Procius.
Asselin hits the three-pointer. Oh, it's Drum City here, La Bateria. You can hear it. It's a real carnival atmosphere. Oh, great pass from Jasikevičius to Kalkenis. Kalkenis misses the open one. Bias with the rebound to Ramon. Ramon to Horford. He's got to score in that position. Nope, he passes it back out to Asselin. And no good, but the follow and the foul on Yankunis, I believe. No, they're saying no basket. The foul before the shot, I think.
I don't see anything there, Jeff, that would make me blow my whistle.
Asselin showing his range, and that's why Horford passed up the layup to kick it back outside, but that foul was on Yankunis. Ramon into the lane, drifts in, and just so much better from the Dominican Republic tonight. They just found a lane in their other games that was clogged up.
Yeah, you're quite right. You know that I'm sure that they would have practiced yesterday and this morning. You wonder if Calipari maybe gave them some offensive schemes that will help them space and play better.
I hadn't seen Calipari do too much in this tournament, and I was almost critical of him because I just felt like, why is he here? But it does look like he's done his homework in this one, and maybe the Lithuanians, just their style of game has suited the Dominican Republic. Ties the game, and Kalnietis is back in. Procius into the lane, drives in and draws the foul on Asselin.
Jeff, if you're guarding Martinez Procius, and he's so good at this, he loves to dribble, penetrate on his left hand. You've got to get him on his right hand, and in that case, if you put him on his right hand, you take him to the baseline rather than allow him to get to the middle. You need to know this. When you're guarding somebody, you need to know what his characteristics and attributes are, and you try to take away that player's tendencies.
Well, Asselin with the foul will have played against Procius some this year, because Procius plays for Real Madrid. Both free throws good from the former Duke University player and Zalgiris Kaunas player.
I think think Calipari wants to think about coming back with Garcia soon.
He's been on the pine. Makes you wonder if he's maybe lost his shooting rhythm. Aslan really the prime threat outside. Sosa spins. Back outside to Baez. Ramon. He's got to put it up. He gets it up just in time, but Delinikaitis has come in. He hasn't played much in this tournament. He has the ball. Now Kalnietis puts the ball on the floor. And another foul called against the Dominican Republic on the penetration from Lithuania. They're calling it really tight down there.
Yeah, the game lacks a bit of flow right now. That's Coach Kęstutis Kemzuri. You saw there fleetingly.
Ramon guarding Kalnietis. Over to Poches for three. Good!
And that's taking what the defense gives you. The Dominican Republic took away Valanciunas rolling down the lane. So you then spread it to the shooter, and Kalnietis found Poches.
Michael Martinez fouled by Valanciunas as he drives to the basket. And Mr. Giardini over there making notes, the Toronto assistant GM, vice president. The rights to Valanciunas. Ramon. And he is pushed out of bounds by Yankunas. And Kemzura just shouts at his players, at his bench, telling his people to stop talking to the referees. I think they both as well is over there, trying to calm things down. Another look at that. Yes, quite clearly it's a nudge out of bounds.
Yeah, Yankunas used his body there just to introduce the Dominican Republic player to his teammates.
Horford. What was Coronado doing? He just hit his head and fell down. They might have to stop play here. He looks like he's injured, like he hurt his neck.
Still down.
Well, he's got up now. And generally, at least in football, you'll see him kick it out of bounds.
Well, this won't help Lithuania win any more friends.
No, not at all. But
Kalnietis makes a three while Coronado's down.
Here's another look at it. Watch, he goes down and hurts his head. And Lithuania continued to play. And then they stopped. So Coronado has to come out. It looks like he's hurt his head. I thought maybe he'd hurt his neck.
Still no Garcia, Jeff.
Foul called on Poches, trying to guard Baez. Played for Juventud Badalona, Baez. So Poches will remember him from their Spanish battles. But right now it's a dangerous time. Not too much more Poches could do in that situation, really.
That's really not. The referees have got a really tight grip on the game right now. It's tough to referee. You've got to try to balance up some game flow, allow some contact that you're comfortable with, that doesn't really have an adverse influence on an offensive player. I don't know if the referees have quite got the balance right.
And right there, did they count that free throw?
Yeah, free throw counts, Jeff, because when the free throw is made, even though there's a lane violation, there's no advantage gained as there's no rebound.
Poches for three. Good! He's hit a couple threes tonight. Martinez Poches.
Now Poches has a mismatch because he's guarding Baez. Last time down, Dominican Republic tried to throw it into Baez in a low block. Let's see what they do here. They're going to go that way again.
Offensive foul clearing out Al Horford. So second foul on Al Horford. That was Pocious' three-pointer.
Yeah, we don't control the images, so we can only call and talk about what we see.
Fortuna guarding Calnietis. Pocious has hit 2 threes. And a third foul on Al Horford. Good job from Yankunas to get Horford on his back. And now the game is getting away from the Dominicans. They had a bright start, but Lithuania on a run. And 3 quick fouls or 3 fouls for Al Horford. But again, look at this. That is not much contact, is it?
No, it's not. And, you know,
you're taking your star, one of the star players of this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, out of the game.
Yankunas got the layup. It's going to be a no call, and we play on.
I think if you look at those last 2 fouls from, it would be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Horford. But I think the key thing to stress here is these things do even out over the course of the game.
Got a stoppage here. There's a technical problem at the table.
How many?
And good news for the Dominican Republic fans is Garcia has checked back into the game. You're looking at Coach Calipari earning his keep. He's doing some coaching.
But Jack Michael Martinez can get a lot of rebounds, but he's not the same player as Al Horford.
Jack Michael Martinez, Jeff, averages 16 rebounds a game. That's immense. We've got an all-electric team. We need an all-workman team.
How about Jack Michael Martinez?
By himself. Kirilenko might get in that team, right?
Yeah, he'll get in all the teams. 3-point play for Yankunas, and Lithuania have their biggest lead of the game now, 12 points. Songaila guarding Martinez. The switch. Martinez and Songaila have something in common. They've both battled injuries. Not quite as mobile as they used to be. Fortuna thought about it. Ramon into the lane, a little runner, a floater, a flota.
That's good movement by the Dominicans, Jeff, but Garcia just hung out in the corner. I think he needs to have the ball in his hands a bit more. He certainly needs to move more without it.
They are really policing it down low, aren't they? Foul on Ramon. So that is Ramon's first foul. And that leads to free throws for Delinikaitis. Back up to a 12-point game. I think you're right. It's lacking flow because the whistles have been blown so much. Hopefully we'll get some rhythm back into it. Bias gives it to Jack Michael Martinez. Finds his way in somehow and shoots it over Yankunas.
That's a tough bucket because the Lithuanians did everything right. They collapsed onto the basketball. But Martinez showing a bit of craftiness as he finishes.
Calnietis dribbles between his legs, and it goes. And Songaila, the star of their 2000 Olympic team, or one of them.
Lesson 101 in screen and roll basketball.
Ramon pulls up. Short. And Bias with the rebound, fouled by Pocious.
Jeff, Linus Glaze is going to come in now for Lithuania. He has 2 points right now. He averages 21 a game, but against Puerto Rico, he only had 14 points. And Kęstutis Kemzura, in the press conference afterwards, paid tribute to the Puerto Rican defense. He said, you know, they really scouted us, and they took us out of what we like to do for Linus Glaze.
So I guess that's a compliment to Flor Melendez.
Absolutely, yeah.
Another thing that Flor Melendez did was made sure that Galindo was in the team, and he pretty much showed everybody that he deserved to be there. I know there were some people who were saying he shouldn't be in the team. But the Puerto Ricans came up short against Lithuania. And Baez missed both free throws.
Lithuania won 76-72. They dodged a bullet when Barea turned the ball over in the last possession. Puerto Rico with a chance to win it.
And Songaila got away. Nope. He's fouled. They've called the foul. He raised his left elbow to push Jack Michael Martinez away. So well spotted by the ref, that one. Watch this. Good see.
I think Songaila was saying to the referee, look, he's holding my hand. They just tried to wriggle free.
Ramon looks to go inside, over to Baez. 7 on the shot clock. Baez gets in the lane and goes up strong and draws the foul. So he needs to make his free throws, which is something he didn't do the last trip down.
Good minutes from Baez.
They've been waiting on him to contribute. It's almost as if he hasn't understood or hasn't been able to shoot the ball. He seems like he's turned the ball over a lot because he's tried to make the extra pass in this tournament. But tonight, he's more aggressive. And maybe that's because Horford is out of the game and he feels the sense of urgency. Good player in Spain, in the Liga Endesa. Very good player for Juventud. They had a good year. Baez charged with the responsibility of guarding Linas Kleza, but the foul on the perimeter will send Lithuania back to the free throw line. And really, this is not a good situation for the Dominicans to put Lithuania on the free throw line.
To play defense with discipline, and this is a good call, by the referee. Leonikaitis was fouled going to the basket.
Interesting how Leonikaitis hasn't featured in this tournament.
Now, Jeff, Garcia comes out here. Aslan's going to replace him. Sorry, I beg your pardon. And I just don't understand this. Garcia is upset. His body language is all wrong. All I can think of is he's not involving himself offensively. Static on the perimeter was Garcia.
Coronado's healthy again. Ramon for 3. Good! So Garcia's got to cheer on his teammates here, but a push was called against the Dominicans, but I think the basket will count. But that means free throws are coming the way of Lithuania. So really, I think maybe the most tightly officiated game of this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
I went to a game and a free throw shooting contest broke out.
Well, that's exactly what we have right now. The referees like to set their stall out early with what type of contact they will tolerate, and then they have to be consistent, don't they? So once they start calling things tight, got to kind of stay with it.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is foul them because they've made all 12 free throws so far tonight. And the Dominicans are 6 of 8 at the free throw line.
Jeff, Aslan comes out and Gerardo Suero comes in, not Garcia. I think Calipari is trying to send a message to Francisco Garcia.
Martinez bumped by Songaila, and the Australian referee quite rightly blows the whistle. And Jack Michael Martinez makes the first one to get it back to to a 10-point deficit.
Jeff, this is a quizzical substitution because Suero has played through the tournament 1 minute.
Machulis drives in and scores.
And now he's in here in the semifinals, and you got an NBA player in Garcia who's still on the bench.
It's the same with Leonikaitis, though. He hasn't played at all until right now. Ramon for 3. That's short. But the long rebound. Ooh, it was almost an over and back there.
I don't think those guys dropped 28 in his last game, you know what I mean, with respect to him.
Yeah. I do remember seeing Suero in one of the games. Coronado over to Ramon for three. It's clearly the idea for the Dominicans right now is to get the ball to Ramon, but there's Suero, and he had the shot, puts it back up, and at least gets to the line.
That's a player, Jeff, I think who's playing with a lack of confidence. You can't blame him. He's only had 1 minute. Gerardo Suero went to State University of New York at Albany and entered the draft. Wasn't drafted this year, so he'll be looking for a professional job this summer.
Well, Kim Zura, his team has been through some battles in this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, and the Dominicans really came out swinging here in the early going, but Lithuania have gotten up on top by 12 points. I think you're right when it comes to the message. There is a message being sent by Coach Cal with Francisco Garcia. Garcia doesn't look too happy over there.
We know that Coach Calipari excluded Charlie Villanueva from the team, the NBA player who's not here with Dominican Republic. And the young man is going to step to the line right now, Jeff. It's an interesting story. Gerardo Suero, he entered the draft, decided to leave SUNY Albany early, wasn't selected, but he was in the top 10 in scoring in collegiate basketball this year. Missed the first free throw.
Well, that looked good. Kind of an unusual stance at the line.
His feet aren't pointed to the basket, are they?
Songaila, mid-range, no good. Suero. And Jack Michael Martinez, and fortunately for the Dominicans, Songaila couldn't hold on to it.
Dominican Republic need to stay in touch while Horford is on the bench with 3 fouls.
Oh, they lose Suero, so inspired substitution, because he's come up and provided some points. Calnietis kicks it over to a wide open Jonas Maciulis for a three-pointer. 12 points, the advantage. Bias. And Bias lost control. It goes out of bounds off of Lithuania. And Calipari is really, really coaching right now. I have to take back some of the things I said. I mean, he's obviously trying to communicate something. He's got his guys seemingly playing harder tonight, and with an idea of how they want to attack this Lithuania team. Check Michael Martinez. 6 on the shot clock, and drives in with his left hand, no good. Now Calnietis in midcourt kicks it up to Maciulis, and Maciulis lost control, but Kleza there with the rebound and hits it off of the Ronald Ramon of Dominican Republic.
Lithuania is so good in transition. Maciulis runs a lane. He should have laid it in, but Kleza doesn't give up on it. Second effort keeps the ball alive for the Lithuanians.
And Jasikevicius buries it from the baseline.
Nice screen-to-screener play. Jasikevicius set a pick for a cutter to the basket, then faded off of another screen.
Biggest lead of the game. Al Horford on the bench, 3 fouls. Francisco Garcia out of the game as well, and charged by Suero. I think the official's right.
Yeah, I agree with the officials on this one. John Calipari doesn't mind you, but
he was kind of moving back, wasn't he, Maciulis?
He was, but as long as that contact comes to the center of the chest, as it did, you'll often get the call. Now we got another call.
Well, Plaza bowls over Ramon. Cancun is going to come into the game. Plaza going to come back out. That was the foul.
Plays it with just 2 points as he comes out.
Post is also going to come into the game. Nope, no, he's not. He goes to the scores table and he goes and sits back down.
Missouri changed his mind.
Haven't seen Davidis Dolkus yet for the Lithuanians. Coronado up top, over to Fortuna. Final minute of the first half. Coronado for three, off the rim. Really, this game is getting away from the Dominican Republic here at the end of the half. Lithuania looking like a team that's headed to the London Games. Up it goes, and Valanciunas had the dunk, the alley-oop, and missed it.
It's a great pass, too, by Jasikevičius.
Well, they were successful with that more times than not.
It's such simple basketball, too, Jeff. It's a screen and roll, but it is deadly effective.
Jasikevičius is talking to Valanciunas. Swerta lucky not to get the foul called on there.
14-point difference. Lithuania with a comfortable lead. They'll have a full, fresh shot clock. I would expect them to go deep in it, to leave a couple seconds for a rebound, and more importantly, to limit the chance for Dominican Republic to counter. Jeff, Kimzura has really led the resurgence of the Lithuanian program. He was the Latvian coach in 2009. Took the team over and he led them to a bronze medal in the World Championships in 2010. And they were a little bit lackluster, I think you could say, in Eurobasket 2011 at home, finished 5th, which allowed them to get here, but obviously people had higher expectations as they hosted the Eurobasket Championships in Lithuania.
Yeah, 2009, Lithuania had a disappointing finish. They didn't get to the quarterfinals, and that led to the exit of Ramūnas Butatas. And then they got a wild card to play at the World Championship and made the most of it, getting the bronze medal. Jasikevičius up top. Advances it right back, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
That's absolutely fantastic offense. Just simple, pure, and effective.
You did not want to read lips that time from Calipari. 4 on the shot clock, 3. And it goes to Martinez, and I don't think they're going to get it off in time. So that's how it finishes. 52-36, the first half. Al Horford on the bench with 3 fouls. Francisco Garcia not playing too much. Maybe something was said. It looks as if he's kind of moping, although he kind of always looks like that.
Yeah, but to be fair to Garcia, Jeff, when Dominican Republic broke from their last time out, he was patting teammates on his bound to back. He's still involved, but I think clearly Calipari is sending a message to him.
Well, those are the stats. Lithuania pretty much dominating. Well, both teams have hit 4 3-pointers. Good free throw shooting from the Lithuanians, making all 12. And Mačiulis, who's come back from that serious knee injury, which kept him out of last year's Eurobasket, has a team high 12 points. Ramon leading the way for the Dominican Republic. It's the second semifinal. Which team is going to join Russia from the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament at the London Games? Right now, it looks like it's going to be Lithuania. They lead it 52-36.
take over the play-by-play from my colleague Jeff Taylor, who's taken you this far. And the story so far is that the stars of the tournament have been kept quiet. Al Horford with 4 points and 3 fouls, and Linas Kleiza with only 2 points. But it's the unsung hero of Lithuania, Jonas Mačiulis, who leads all scorers with 12 points. And Jeff, you're a fan of his. That doesn't surprise you in the slightest.
No, what surprises me is how quickly he's been able to get back to this top form after such a serious knee injury. It's now or never, really, for the Dominican Republic.
Garcia leaves his first shot short. He drained his first 2 jumpers in the first half. Horford with a step back, that won't go. Francisco Garcia with 2 fouls spent a lot of time in Coach Calipari's Casa del Perro, the doghouse, in the first half.
Well, he hit those 2 quick threes, and it looked like everything was going to be good for him tonight.
You wonder if Calipari will rue that decision, because Mačiulis, that man there, right on cue, drains a 3. That's 15 points for him.
I think you really have to put it into perspective and understand what he's come back from. Torn knee ligaments, everything that entails, the rehab.
Coronado pass to the high post. Horford, his shot is no good. It's an inauspicious start for the Dominicans. Before the half started, their fans to our right started shouting, FIBA Americas, FIBA Americas. It's a chance for a European team or a FIBA Americas team to book their place in the Olympics. Kalkanis, he can't finish. Horford with the rebound to Garcia. Garcia with a stop and go to the basket. The referees, we're going to count it. Oh, my heavens, Jeff. Now, Kalnietis commits this foul on the 3-point line. I know that referees usually give shooters the benefit of the doubt, but
that was
that's continuation on continuation.
Was that Vicente Bolte de España? What's this? No, it wasn't. It was closer to the lane.
Okay, so
I think that's much more. And then Kalnietis popped out. So good call by the ref, I think. I think by and large they've done a good job tonight. I just wish they'd let some of the touch fouls go. But I think the commissioner might be questioning it, looking up our way. Kalnietis
to the corner to Kleiza. Can Kleiza get himself going? His shot is no good. Martinez with the rebound. He'll throw it to Coronado. Coronado on the wing. He looks to give it to Garcia. Gives it to Horford. Now Garcia. Garcia with a sweep move, and it was knocked out of his hands by Kalnietis.
You know, we were talking about the best player for this Lithuanian team, and there's some serious candidates, aren't there? I mean, it's a team, isn't it? It's a team effort. Certain guys have stepped up. I mean, tonight has been Mačiulis.
Garcia goes to the basket, can't finish left-handed. Strong, positive move by Francisco Garcia. You're right, you can make a case for, Linas Kleiza averages 21 points coming into tonight. He's not at his best tonight, but he's had a good couple of games. I love Kalnietis. He leads the tournament in assists per game with
Did you see Kleiza just take that ball away, just stole it. It's just right on cue. You don't always have to score the points to be the big man.
Mačiulis, Mačiulis goes to the basket and finishes with his right hand.
I think he is the player that the Lithuanian fans love the most.
Coronado with a burst of speed. He goes to the basket, and Calipari wants to play up tempo. I think that's what it means when you move your fists like that. Like that's coach speak for. Let's play in transition.
Doing the circular motion.
Yeah.
Kalkanis.
Kalkanis steps in the lane, and he gets his 15-footer down. Of course, Lithuania play well on the break, too, so that'll suit them.
We're going to have a stoppage in play because the shot clock hasn't started. So they're over there at the scorer's table, trying to sort that out.
So 12 teams came here to Caracas, Venezuela, right here on the coast of the Caribbean Sea. You can see Coach Kęstutis Kępzura, who's certainly not here on a holiday. We're down to 4. Well, we were down to 4 today. Of course, Nigeria have been knocked out by Russia. But Nigeria will get a second chance tomorrow in the final qualifying game. Lithuania or Dominican Republic will join Russia. And, of course, there are 9 teams that have already assured their place in London. This is the Olympic qualifying tournament to send 3 more there.
Just put this into perspective. The Lithuanians have been at the Olympics every year since the 92 games in Barcelona. The Dominicans have never been.
Horford, he goes at Valanciunas, and I think we've got a foul on Valanciunas. Just to pick you up on that thought a bit more, Jeff. Lithuanians won bronze in 92, 96, and 2000. In 2004, 2008, they finished 4th, so they've always been in the mix. It's unusual they find themselves here qualifying through this route.
Well, they thought they were going to qualify directly last year, hosting the Eurobasket. It's tough, though, you know. I mean, you're talking about Spain and France getting to the final last year, and Russia settling for the bronze and having to come here. So,
yeah, absolutely right.
You know, those are star-studded teams.
Kalnietis turns the corner. Kalnietis, and he puts it up over Horford, and he kisses the glass. An accomplished finish by Mantas Kalnietis. Coronado goes right back at it. Valanciunas negates it. Here goes Kalkanis through the gears to Kleza. And Lithuania show that they can play like Calipari wants to play, up and down.
Well, they can play, they can run with any team in international basketball, and they could probably run better than any team in international basketball, possibly with the exception of Spain.
Lithuania now lead by 20. It is their largest lead. It's a good timeout here from Coach Calipari. As you see the block here by Valanciunas. Great timing.
To be fair, he did a good job defending on the previous trip when it was Horford that he blocked. It was called the foul.
He's had a probably his strongest game tonight.
He has. The game's kind of opened up a little bit more for him. And there are nothing but smiles right now on the Lithuanian bench. They know right now that they are ever so close to the Olympics. The disappointment, the upset against the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia last year, well, that's fading fast. Whereas the Dominican Republic, Calipari is trying to get his team a chance to get back into this, but you're looking at like, this is a Lithuanian experience, you know? I mean, this is something, it's part of their culture, it's a part of their life. It's basketball.
It is a part of their culture indeed, and we've had a Larry Bird jersey sighting in the building. That's always good news. Some young fan knows his basketball.
From French Lick.
Right, French Lick, Indiana. Coronado, let's see, can the Dominican Republic get things going here as they break to the timeout? Garcia, he needs to really start to light it up. Dumps it inside to Martinez. Good timeout by Coach Calipari. He gets himself and his team an easy basket. So it looks like some zone defense now by the Dominicans. Valanciunas screens and goes right down the gut. They're so good at the screen and roll, Lithuanians. Glaze is stripped. Who's got it? Horford to Garcia. It's a 2-on-2. Horford to make the numbers. He didn't get it. How can you look off Al Horford when he's filling the trail spot? Why didn't Garcia just give it to Horford, let him bounce it and go attack the rim?
He did not feed him the rock.
Feed the bear. Of course, it's easy up here, isn't it, Jeff?
Jonas Pechulis out of the game now. Formally received by the Lithuanian bench.
He leaves with 17. I think we'll see him again. Still the 2-3 zone from Dominican Republic. Kalkanis bisects the two guards at the top to Kalnietis. Around and out, it won't go. Coronado. Hand it off. Garcia trying to get free. Ramon from the baseline. Beautiful jump shot from Ramon.
Well, back to 16.
16, plenty of basketball to play. 15 minutes left in this one. Pocius in the game. Still the zone for the Dominicans. Kalnietis drops it inside. Valanciunas lost it. It's been knocked out of his hands. And Jesse Kavicius is going to come into the game for Hermantis Kaukanis. Lithuania with so many weapons, Jeff.
Endless.
Jesse Kavicius, 35 years young. Up to Valanciunas, and Horford goes up to get it. Martinez leading the break. We've got a foul on Sadas Jasikevicius.
Not often you're going to say Martinez leading the break. Well, at 16, you never know. You could get, get a little run going here. Give yourself a chance.
Plenty of times, too, if you're a fan of Dominican Republic. If you're back in Lithuania watching, it's still cross your fingers, cross your toes.
Oh,
Horford inside, and that is a classic offense that you'd expect the Lithuanians to run. A screener going down the middle, nice pass. So now the lead is 14.
Look at John Calipari go out and just like really emphasize to Coronado that was imperative. That's what he's been asking him to do all tournament long. Feed the low post to get the ball to your man.
Remember, Horford is playing with 3 fouls. He has 8 points. Francisco Garcia with 2 fouls and 9 points. For Lithuania, Mačiulis has 17. And we're looking here inside the huddle of Kęstutis Kemzūra as he called his first timeout. So each team has burned 1 timeout. We are here in Caracas, Venezuela, in the Poliedro. And this is the 2012 Olympic qualifying tournament. Sadly, we are on the penultimate day. Jeff and I, we've enjoyed the basketball. We've enjoyed the...
I want to see my lovely wife, my kids, but I don't want to leave. How do you weigh that up? It is a different world in South America. Absolutely love it. I'm coming back at the next opportunity.
The climate this week has been perfect, hasn't it?
More than anything, there's just a relaxed, welcome atmosphere in this country. It could be 50 below, and it would be nice because the people are so warm.
So muchas gracias from myself and Jeff Taylor to the people of Caracas who have opened us or welcomed us with open arms. Back to the basketball. Jasikevicius, so still the zone from Dominican Republic. Jasikevicius goes around the screen from Sangaila. That is Klaiza's spot on the floor. Oh, Linus Klaiza put an X on that spot with some tape because he loves to shoot on the wing. And he just drained that 3.
I'm not sure the Lithuanians have been welcomed with open arms.
No, they haven't.
Maybe they were before the game against Venezuela.
Garcia to Martinez. Martinez, that's short. Loose ball picked up by Ramon. Back to Martinez. Martinez going in the office. And he finishes. And he gets an N1 call. And he gets an attaboy from Coach Calipari.
I'll tell you what, we've really seen an animated John Calipari tonight. Sangaila with the bump. Because I think what he wants to see is a game plan and execution. And that execution wasn't there early in the tournament. And even though they're losing right now, they do have better execution tonight.
They're playing tonight better than they have at points in the tournament. Martinez now with 8, and the Dominicans are sticking with the zone. Klaiza left it short. Ramon to Coronado. It's on the way, no good. But that man there, Martinez, does what he does so well. He rebounds. He lost it. Here we go to Martinez. Pocius, hang on to your hat. Pocius with a 2-handed, send it down. Martinez Pocius finishes with the exclamation point on the end of the break. Horford is swarmed.
I'll tell you, the defense in that low post with Martinez, as well as Horford there with the foul. You know, Lithuania is sending a message. You're not going to get anything.
Here's the pass ahead to Pocius. He's an explosive player. Does he make the all-electric team?
Yeah, he's the high-flying Martinez Pocius. He is on the squad. Martinez frustrated because no foul was called that time. But you know what? It's a physical game. He was surrounded by players, and maybe you need to kick it back out. 16-point game. Still not out of the question for the Dominican Republic to come back.
Oh, plenty of time, no doubt about that. Valanciunas is going to come into the game. Al Horford going to go to the free throw line, and he'll throw it 2 times. Oh, you've got to make your free throws when you're chasing the game.
Doing a good job of not picking up a 4th foul, I might add.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's playing defense with discipline. He makes the 2nd free throw. Horford went to the University of Florida, then he was a lottery pick by the Atlanta Hawks. 2007.
The lovely city of Atlanta.
Hotlanta, as they call it. And you know what? That's much better from the Lithuanians in using Valanciunas because he's mobile, but he's just not going to go in and bang against people who are stronger than he is.
Well,
his strength is his quickness and his mobility as a big man.
And Horford just raises his arms to say, where's the call?
Garcia picks up the straight pass.
This will help the Dominicans.
Martinez, he's pushed out of bounds by Yankunas, no call. Horford strokes it, no good. But look at Martinez. Oh, what a great finish. You know what, Jeff? He keeps it alive with one hand, then grabs it and finishes.
Liam, he was absolutely shoved out of bounds that time, and it wasn't spotted. So excellent tenacity and determination from Martinez. And I know they can't see every call.
But that was pretty obvious.
But that was...
Now Martinez is going to be called here as he has a fistful of jersey.
This was another one where he was went up against. Okay, now here's Martinez.
Jasikevic to Valanciunas. Valanciunas. It's just a textbook screen and roll from Lithuania. They're so good at it. They lead by 15. Horford spins in the lane, steps back, no good. Jasikevic just no numbers. He fans out to the wing. To Kaukanis with a shake and shimmy, and he's stripped. Good defensive play by Dominican. Going to be an end-line ball here for Lithuania. Josh Aslin's going to come in for Horford, and all I can imagine here, Jeff, is that Calipari is just trying to give Horford a blow and just trying to prevent him from getting that 4th foul because you can't play without him for too long. Aslin comes in, steady outside shooter. That shot from Yankunas, no good. Martinez with the rebound.
We're seeing the best of Martinez now, cleaning up the mess. That's not his game there. They've got to find Garcia, but Martinez doing a good job of denying it, so Martinez is going to take it.
Martinez with 9 rebounds. The problem with him when he's on the perimeter is you lose his presence inside.
And also John Calipari just looked at Del Harris that time as kind of a grimace. That's not what they want.
Valanciunas going to come out and screen for Kaukanis. Sadas Jasikevic fills it up.
Oh, he's just a legend, really, isn't he? I mean, he's coming to the end of his career, but his name is going to go down as one of the all-time greats.
Oh, what a behind-the-back pass by Jack Michael Martinez. And that was a perro caliente, a little bit of hot dog.
It was. Get some mustard.
Oh, what a pass. Valanciunas, he can't finish. Loose ball picked up by Ramon. He'll throw it ahead to Coronado. Can Coronado finish? Kick to the corner. Beautiful basketball. Garcia. Canasta! Francisco Garcia drains the 3. And the Dominican fans get on their feet. Calipari with a smile. Look at this. Perro caliente.
Can you say assist for Jack Martinez?
Martinez played some club basketball at Coco Drillo's club here in Caracas. One point in his career, a bit of a fan favorite. So, Lithuania will wind down the clock and get the last shot. They lead by 14. They're going to try and build on this. Valanciunas. Oh, so now an errant pass. And Dominican Republic have got 7 seconds now. We know they have this long play, Jeff. We'll see if they go to it. This baseball pass play they like to run.
Got plenty of time.
7 seconds is plenty of time. Coronado gets away with the travel. Into Martinez. Martinez didn't really want it there. Oh, that's all a bit ugly.
Golly.
I don't know why Coronado just didn't go attack the basket.
Well, I think he should have tried to just pull up or shoot it over to Garcia.
Kalnietis. No good. So after 3, Lithuania, sorry, I beg your pardon, Lithuania lead 75-61. A comfortable 14-point cushion for the Baltic Giants. So we look at some of the stats.
Liam, I think the one thing about Lithuania, the way they play, they can put points on the board in a hurry, but that style also can allow a team back into it. And, you know, the game gets kind of helter-skelter. And we said this at the very beginning. We thought that maybe that would be the best way for the Dominicans to have a chance. 14 points. It's not certainly out of the realm of possibility. Listen, they came back from 20 points down against former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia and won that game. So they know how to come back. They've just got to play defense and hit some shots. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, they've got to cope better with the screen and roll and hit some shots. You're right, Jeff. They're 4 of 18 from behind the arc. So they're going to need to knock down some jump shots. The good news is that Horford's only got 3. Garcia stuck on 2 fouls, so both of them played the third quarter without getting in deeper foul trouble. Garcia has got 11 points. He is 2 for 3 from behind the arc. He dropped 28 points as the Dominican Republic beat the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and they're going to need him to get himself going. The Dominicans need Francisco Garcia to come up with a strong performance in the last quarter.
Don't forget the specter of tomorrow as well. All is not lost. This tournament in and of itself is not about winning the tournament. It's about winning an Olympic qualifying place. So both of these teams knew that coming into this was not the last chance saloon. This is, you know, this is one of the chances. And I think the Lithuanians started as favorites. I do think that it was a good matchup for the Dominican Republic, maybe even better than Nigeria. But we shall see. This thing is not over yet, folks.
So we've been calling this semifinals day. There's 4 teams left. It is semifinals, but the 2 winners will not meet tomorrow. They'll pack their bags in the hotel and they'll start to head to London. But the final qualifying game is between the 2 losers tonight. We know Nigeria will be one of them. Valanciunas tips in the miss. We haven't seen Robertas Yevtokis, Jeff, and he's standing here on the bench. I wonder if he's not 100% fit.
I just think they've had some tough games, and he's been in them, and you don't need to use him, don't use him.
Martinez with another great pass, a look-away pass by Jack Michael Martinez. Are you kidding me?
Can you say the pass master?
Wow. Beautiful basketball. Kalnietis. Kalkanis. Oh, Kalkanis goes up over Jack Michael Martinez, and it's just too easy for Kalkanis.
When you don't have Horford in there, that leaves it wide open.
Garcia, touch pass. That's almost too far to throw it, but it finds its target in Martinez. Well, Martinez is bailed out. Looked like he traveled, but I think we're going to get a foul call here.
Well, Poach just thought he traveled, but I thought it was a good no call.
So 14 is the foul. It's on Valanciunas. 16 points. I don't think, Jeff, you can leave Horford on the bench much longer. Just under 9 minutes to play. Linus Glazer's checked back in. Coronado to Ramon at the top. Aslin slides down the lane on the screen. This is Garcia. He's off balance. They'll give it to Coronado. Shot's no good. Beg your pardon. That's Ramon. here's Pocius at the top. Kalnietis to Kalkanis. Kalkanis.
Wow.
Kalkanis knocks it down.
He's been big. He's got 8 points now in the quarter. And this is where, if you're John Calipari, you're like, man, they've got shooters coming out of the woodwork.
The lead is now 20-19. Leads 19. Lithuania have led by as many as 20. Jack Michael Martinez going to go at Valanciunas. Nice spin move. He gets Valanciunas off his feet. And he's got a soft pair of hands to finish. He wants the call, too, does Martinez. Horford is at the scorer's table. He's ready to check in.
Kalkanis has 7 points, I think, in this quarter.
Pocius slides through a screen. Here's the Lithuanians love this set. They love to get the ball to Kleza down in the low blocks. He can't finish with the right-handed jump hook. Coronado, left-handed dribble to the basket. Oh, he didn't finish. Fouls on Diamantis Kalkanis.
I think John Calipari is actually quite enjoying himself in this.
You ran into him in the mix zone, and tell us what he said.
Well, I think he was sort of joking after the Korea game, because Korea had really almost beaten the Dominican Republic, and I put it to him that it was there's no easy games, are there, in international basketball? And he just kind of smiled and laughed and said, what am I doing here? But it looks like he is really kind of enjoying this.
Juan Coronado was on the FIBA Americas team.
Much kind of like the recognition of Mike Krzyzewski with Team USA. You know, they lost the 2006 FIBA World Championship semifinal to Greece, and after that, I think it really kind of like ignited his interest in international basketball. And Calipari's thinking, I want to be the best at this.
Kalkanis, nice pass into Sangaila. Sangaila can't get a handle on it. He has the last touch. Moves on. So we've got a few American coaches here in the tournament. Tap Baldwin, Jordan, Calipari, Dominican Republic, his assistant Dale Harris, Eric Musselman from Venezuela, and of course David Blatt with Russia. Al Horford skies to get the pass. Now he squares and faces Sangaila. Now he's going to back Sangaila down. He can't put it in the hole.
Sure, Al Horford wishes he could have that back.
Yeah, he did everything right, but the final product. Pocius! Martinez Pocius. He loves to go off the left-handed dribble, and he can elevate.
What floor, Martinez? 8th? Goodness me. He's got some hops.
It's up quick. Oh, Martinez cannot do that. In the land of Latin dancing, you and I have seen some great Latin dancing in the bars at night, haven't we? But
hey, don't paint the wrong picture here. There's one across from the hotel where we just go after. There've been everybody's gone, all of the traveling party. But yeah, it's people certainly know how to shimmy.
Don't worry, I don't think your wife is watching. Kalnietis to Maciulis to Kleza. Kleza attacks the rim. Lithuania are rampant, 86-67. They know that they're close to going to London. They got one hand on a victory. They're trying to get the second hand on it. Ramon into Martinez. Martinez trying to step through. Oh, we've got some afters here. And Martinez took exception to Kleza.
Martinez absolutely lifted his left arm and shoved Kleza away.
I'm surprised that the referees don't call a double foul here.
We've seen Kleza bring out the best. Well, it was, I mean, it's a physical game. I wouldn't say it's a nasty foul, probably a hard foul.
Horford goes in, and he lowers his shoulder against Maciulis.
No, and then he raised his arm against Kalkanis.
So things are getting tasty here in Poliedro, in Caracas. Jonas Maciulis. There's a look at Horford. He lowers his shoulder. Jeff, I think that's a charge. But no call by the referee.
Listen, you got to be tough. I don't think you could fault Lithuania for really the approach that they've taken in this tournament. I mean, you have to play hard basketball if you're going to get to the Olympics from this tournament.
They're an experienced group of veterans. Valanciunas, the new arrival, age 20, but he's got some Eurobasket experience from last summer under his belt. But all the others are campaigners.
And Martinez has really got to watch it. I mean, he is throwing his arms around that time against Jonas Valanciunas. I think it's going to be intriguing to watch here. I wouldn't be surprised if Martinez got thrown out of the game, really.
Kalkanis, he tries to hand it off, and I think the referees have got to let this go, Jeff. You know what I mean? Kalkanis is all out of sync. He's just trying to hand the ball to Jasikevičius, and I think it's fouls on Fortuna. You see a little bit of Latin dancing here. Jasikevičius loves to keep his dribble alive. Screen on Valanciunas. Oh, he drops it into Valanciunas. It's terrific basketball. You just can't stop it defensively. At least the Dominicans can. Horford inside to Jack Martinez. Martinez trying to find a way to the hole. He can't. Good save by Francisco Garcia as he throws it off Valanciunas.
I think what the problem is in terms of like the emotions running for the Dominicans is they realize Lithuania are really good.
Horford, he's blocked by Valanciunas.
And they're tough to play against.
Machulis ahead to Kalkanis to Kleza, and Kleza puts an exclamation point on it. Jeff, I'm going to put a seed in your head here. At what point does Calipari say, look, we got to think about tomorrow? You know, you've got Nigeria potentially in the final qualifying game. When do you say we're gone too far and our chances of going to the Olympics are better against Nigeria?
I don't know, but Valanciunas now is just taking a shot. And it's kind of, this game is becoming slightly uglified right now. Well, unsportsmanlike foul's been called. 4 fouls on Linus Kleza. I think Kleza just needs to back away. His team's up about 22 points. And hopefully we can finish this game without any incidents, because it's, you know, we've already seen the Dominicans. I think they've kind of lost their patience, really.
Yeah, they have. And I think Polish Yankunis is ready to check in.
So what it boils down to is Lithuania are just flat out awesome international basketball. They play hard, they're good, they know it, and you know what? When you get beat by somebody like the Dominicans are right now by 20 points, it's not nice. And you know, they're getting frustrated. But the Lithuanians have been in these positions before, and I think they've been really, pretty much for the most part, pretty professional in this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Now, just to bring the viewers up to date here, so we're going to get Valanciunas shooting free throws on this end because of an unsportsmanlike foul against Jack Michael Martinez. Valanciunas responds in the right way, makes the free throw, and he's had a terrific night. He's got 15, just to make it 16. And he gets the shooter's bounce, the under-19, I think, world's MVP from last summer.
Yeah, right now would be a good time to get Dolkis in if I were Lithuania. I would try to take some of the steam out of the game.
The shouts of Leatuva resound through the arena by the green and gold section to our right. Oh, nice pass by Kleza, just didn't find his mark. Kalkanis, 8 on the shot clock. Kalkanis wants to deal, and he does. Oh, Kalkanis takes Ulis Baez to school.
Yeah, he does.
Baez. So, you know what? Al Horford's on the bench. I don't know if we're going to see him again, Jeff.
We won't see him. We won't see him. This will be the 5. We'll see some subs coming in. Sueta's going to come in.
I think Garcia's going to make his way to the bench here as well. Jasikevičius is fouled by Aslan.
And I don't know why Jasikevičius, come on, let's go.
And he and Aslan shake hands, which is good sportsmanship.
But let's get Dulkis into the game. Let's take some of the steam out of it. Lithuania are in command. Calipari knows it. He's bringing in the subs. They've got an important game tomorrow. We don't want this game to get any more ugly.
So he's going to rest some legs, as Coach Calipari. And this is a good question. You know, who's going to be the fresher of the two teams tomorrow? Certainly going to be Nigeria, and barring some unusual happenings here, it'll be Dominican Republic. Kleza, Machulis. Machulis' shot is up, and then I think Coach Kimzura wants to get Kleza and Machulis out if he can.
He's got 19 points, Machulis. Carl Towns, at least we're going to get to see him now, the 16-year-old.
A shot by Suero from the elbow is around and out. Just past 9 o'clock here in Caracas. Calcanis to Valanciunas, and Valanciunas is fouled.
Okay, Towns is going to check in. Dulkis from Florida State. Good long-range shooters coming in.
Recent graduate of Florida State.
The Seminole.
Florida State Seminoles. You know, we talked about some good basketball names for international teams. Of course, we forgot to mention the Baltic Giants.
Who? What is it?
You and I were talking about good names. I got one for you. The Puerto Ricans have got a great name. Los Doce Magnificos.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a good name, isn't it?
Yep. Although you can also call the Puerto Ricans the Los Boracus.
Okay. Well, how's that translate?
I don't know. Someone from Puerto Rico.
Valanciunas goes 1 of 2 from the line.
Now watch, Carl Towns is in the game. So 16, number 12, he's got the ball.
Gets some experience as Towns. Welcome to the Olympic qualifying tournament. Josh Aslan, his shot is up and good. Carl Towns goes to St. Joseph's High School in New Jersey. We've got a turnover ball here. So a commanding performance, Jeff, from Lithuania. They're up by 25 points. You know, they have led by as many as 28. Shot rattles around and out. Kleza with the rebound. This foul is going to go on Suero.
That was Elis Guzman with that jumper. He's got the long hair. There's Towns. How good is he going to be? Well, he's highly rated at 16. Got a long way to go. Hugs on the bench there. They know they've accomplished their mission of getting to the Olympics, and you know, there's sacrifice that goes into this. Greece put a lot of sacrifice into theirs, but they've come up short. Looked like they were a team that was headed. Lithuania have survived a couple of tough games.
Kleza makes the second free throw. He'll depart with 13 points. You're right, Jeff. You know, the life of a modern professional basketball player, especially of a non-U.S. team, is that they play their league season, that finishes, and then most summers they're going to go on national team duty. So Lithuanians had little tournaments at home, Klaipėda, a couple of friendly games. Then they went to Houston, Texas, and San Antonio, Texas for a few more friendlies. Now they're here. Venezuela. The good news for Lithuanian fans is next stop, London.
Not sure what. Tough foul on Valanciunas there.
That's his 4th foul. So Gerardo Suero is going to go to the free throw line. Suero born in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Is a member of the America East first team. This year he came out early, declared for the draft, wasn't selected, so he's looking for a job. Dylan Kite has nothing to do, so he decides to shoot it. Yankuna's still hustling. Here's Dulkis. Can't give it to Valanciunas. Got 2:30 to play. Lithuania at 99. They'll go over the ton here momentarily. Dulkis. Oh, that was pure. Beautiful stroke.
That's one thing the Lithuanians can do, isn't it? They can shoot the basketball.
Shot is out. Of course, Lithuanians can mix things up a bit now, Jeff. They can take a different 12 to the Olympics. Seamus Yasidis, not in his team because he had some inflammation in his knee. Is he going to take someone's place? I mean,
could be the Dulkis would be the odd man out. Maybe, you never know.
2-on-2. Suero goes right at Dulkaitis. Got a foul here on, I'm not sure if it's on Yankunis. Yep, it is. Guys in the truck knew before we did.
Well, they played in Barcelona. And what is that incredible stat? They've never finished lower than 4th?
Correct, in the Olympics.
Remember the last Olympics, they were hugely disappointed because they got to the semis thinking they were going to leave with a medal and ended up with nothing. They lost to Argentina.
Sadly, that's going to be the case for either Nigeria or Dominican Republic. You know, there's 4 teams. 3 of them are going to go to London, and one team's going to be squeezed out. So join us tomorrow to see whether it's Dominican Republic or Nigeria. As Yankunis shoots, that's no good. Carl Towns with a rebound. Love to see Carl Towns get on the scoreboard. Fortuna's shot is no good. He got bumped, I beg your pardon, but referees might have reservations at a restaurant at this stage.
Well, Valanciunas is, what, 20 years old now? So he's 4 years older than Towns. We're so used to talking about Valanciunas as being young. But 16 is just a different ball game, isn't it?
It's a teenager on the Russian team.
Sergei Karasev.
See if he'll make the team that goes to the Olympics or not, because David Blatt might mix things up with his panel of players.
There's Ty Webster from New Zealand. He was quite amazing in his second game. He didn't do too much in the first game.
17 years old.
Cool. Shooter's roll for Delenn Nikaitis. He's taken quite a few free throws today. He's now 7 of 7. He is game-high free throw shooter, 8 of 8.
So he's sending a message to Coach Kamzura. I can do a job for you, Coach, if you need me.
He put him in tonight when the game was far from decided.
Valanciunas comes out and he gets hugs. Gets a pat on the head from Coach Kamzura as he fouls out, does Valanciunas. That's his 5th foul. You see he's getting a hug from, look at that, it's the veteran and the rookie right there. That's great team chemistry. Those people will go home happy tonight.
That, you know what, in my opinion, those are the greatest fans in basketball in the world. Hands down. I don't care where you are, they will find the gym, and they will be there.
We need to get a Lithuania team to go to Cameron Indoor Arena. What do you think? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be, but the difference between really Lithuanian fans and every other fans, all the other fans, Lithuania might have a bad team, and they will be there in force.
And here you are hoping that Duke's going to have a bad team someday. Kalnietis in the corner. Yankunis slides through the lane. Got under a minute to play.
Well, they've got several Olympians already in that Lithuania team. Postris will make his debut. Mačiulis has been there already. Obviously, you have Tokas, Kleza, Kalkenis. He was there in 2008. Jasikevičius has been there to all of them.
I think this man will be a debutant. Yankunis, Polish Yankunis, plays his club basketball at Žalgiris. I don't think he's been to the Olympics.
I think he was there. I could be wrong, but I know he played the 2006 World Championship.
He was on that team, exactly right. Yeah.
Kalnietis goes in, and unsportsmanlike foul called on Suero. And
Jim, we got the business to figure out who's going to be the MVP
of
this game. So a few candidates. Let's toss a few names around. This guy's shooting free throws. You're looking there at the Dominican Republic bench, but Matas Kalnietis is going to shoot free throws. He deserves a shout.
I would give it to Mačiulis just because he really turned it on when the game was kind of slightly still in the balance.
And he does, it's not just about scoring for him. He's hustling and diving for loose balls. And then you throw in the idea that he's come back from what would have been a career-threatening injury, the knee injury many years ago. Obviously, surgery now makes it an injury that you come back, but he's gone through the rehab.
Machulis with 19 points tonight. Saras Jasikevičius made that huge shot against Puerto Rico to ensure that Lithuania are here. He deserves a shout.
Pošius deserves a shout. He hit some big threes and came in and kind of turned the tide.
Kaitis drains the jumper from the corner. The Lithuanians will really love this, Jeff, you know, because they have been pilloried by the Venezuela fans, and they've got the job done. They've booked their place to the London Olympics. As Calipari and Kemzura embrace at half court, the game's still going on. The shot is good. We'll sort out the final score for you as you look at Kęstutis Kemzura. Jeff Taylor's going to make his way to the media area, try and get a couple of interviews. And we'll see this one out as you see Al Horford. Players shake hands after the game, which is great to see. Because at one point the game was a little bit touchy. There's Saras Jasikevičius. He's all smiles. Saras Jasikevičius has done it all in international basketball. Sarunas Jasikevičius was the Eurobasket MVP in 2003. Mr. Europa Player of the Year in 2003. EuroLeague All-Decade Team from 2000 2010. You're looking at a Lithuanian team that has never had to celebrate. Their fans who have enjoyed their vacation here in Caracas. So the players salute the fans. Just touched by the players. There's a great look at what Jeff Taylor calls the best fans in international basketball. The Lithuanian flag and proud green and gold colors. Here's a look at some of the numbers for the final score, 109 to 83. Lithuania win going away. Now we're going to take a look at MVP of the game here. So Jonas Machulis wins the MVP of the qualifying team. We saw Andrei Kirilenko for Russia won the MVP of the qualifying team, Russia. So well deserved by Machulis. We get a Tissot watch and all smiles by Machulis, and won't he be pleased, as Jeff Taylor says, to cap off a recovery from injury. Machulis, thumbs up to the crowd. It's an interesting wig. And here's a look at some of the stats from tonight. Lithuania 10 for 18 from behind the line. 26 assists. Total team basketball. A little bit sloppy with the basketball. They've turned it over 15 times. They won't worry about that now. They're going to enjoy themselves back in the team hotel. And they'll head out in a couple of days. They'll go back to Lithuania. And then they'll head to London. Here's a look at the leaders. Machulis leads all scorers with 19. Jack Michael Martinez with 13 and 10 rebounds. Double-double from him. He averages a double-double. So Dominican Republic will need him tomorrow as they square off with Nigeria. Here's a look at the distribution of the points. Both teams with 4 players in double digits. Lithuania indeed with 5 players in double digits. Martinez with his double-double, 10 rebounds. It's right on his average. You're looking at the Paledro Arena. And this is the road to London. 9 teams are already there. You can add Russia and Lithuania to the list. There are 12 teams at the Olympics. Who's going to be the 12th? Will it be Nigeria or will it be the Dominican Republic? Join us tomorrow. My name is Liam Canny. I'm signing off on behalf of Jeff Taylor. It's hasta mañana from Caracas, Venezuela in the 2012 Olympic qualifying tournament. and I think we've got a foul on Valanciunas. Just to pick you up on that thought a bit more, Jeff. Lithuanians won bronze in 92, 96, and 2000. 2004, 2008, they finished fourth, so they've always been in the mix. It's unusual they find themselves here qualifying through this route.
Well, they thought they were going to qualify directly last year, hosting the Eurobasket. It's tough, though, you know.
Play-by-play from my colleague Jeff Taylor, who's taking you this far. Play from my colleague Jeff Taylor, who's taking you this far. And the story so far is that the stars of the tournament have been kept quiet. Al Horford with 4 points and 3 fouls, and Linas Kleiza with only 2 points. But it's the unsung hero of Lithuania, Jonas Mačiulis, who leads all scorers with 12 points. And Jeff, you're a fan of his. That doesn't surprise you in the slightest.
No, what surprises me is how quickly he's been able to get back to this top form after such a serious knee injury. It's now or never, really, for the Dominican Republic.
Garcia leaves his first shot short. He drained his first 2 jumpers in the first half. Horford with a step back, that won't go. Francisco Garcia with 2 fouls spent a lot of time in Coach Calipari's Casa del Perro, the doghouse, in the first half.
Well, he hit those 2 quick threes, and it looked like everything was going to be good for him tonight.
You wonder if Calipari will rue that decision, because Mačiulis, that man there, right on cue, drains a 3. That's 15 points for him.
I think you really have to put it into perspective and understand what he's come back from. Torn knee ligaments, everything that entails, the rehab.
Coronado pass to the high post. Horford, his shot is no good. It's an inauspicious start for the Dominicans. Before the half started, their fans to our right started shouting, FIBA Americas, FIBA Americas. It's a chance for a European team or a FIBA Americas team to book their place in the Olympics. Kalkanis, he can't finish. Horford with the rebound to Garcia. Garcia with a stop and go to the basket. The referees, we're going to count it. Oh, my heavens, Jeff. Now, Calnietis commits this foul on the 3-point line. I know that referees usually give shooters the benefit of the doubt, but
that was
that's continuation on continuation.
Was that Vicente Bolte de España? What's this? No, it wasn't. It was closer to the lane.
Okay, so
I think that's much more. And then Calnietis popped out. So good call by the ref, I think.
a no call, and we play on.
I think if you look at those last two fouls it would be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Horford. But I think the key thing to stress here is these things do even out over the course of the game.
Got a stoppage here as a technical problem at the table.
How many?
Good news for the Dominican Republic fans is Garcia has checked back into the game. You're looking at Coach Calipari earning his keep. He's doing some coaching.
But Jack Michael Martinez can get a lot of rebounds, but he's not the same player as Al Horford.
Jack Michael Martinez, Jeff, averages 16 rebounds a game. That's immense. We've got an all-electric team. We need an all-workman team.
How about Jack Michael Martinez?
By himself. Kirilenko might get in that team, right?
Yeah, he'll get in all the teams. Three-point play for Jankunas, and Lithuania have their biggest lead of the game now, 12 points. Songaila guarding Martinez. Switch. Martinez and Songaila have something in common. They've both battled injuries. Not quite as mobile as they used to be. Fortuna thought about it. Ramon into the lane, a little runner, a floater, a flota.
That's good movement by the Dominicans, Jeff, but Garcia just hung out in the corner. I think he needs to have the ball in his hands a bit more. He certainly needs to move more without it.
They are really policing it down low, aren't they? Foul on Ramon. So that is Ramon's first foul. And that leads to free throws for Vilinikaitis. Back up to a 12-point game. I think you're right. It's lacking flow because the whistles have been blown so much. Hopefully we'll get some rhythm back into it. Bias gives it to Jack Michael Martinez. Finds his way in somehow and shoots it over Jankunas.
That's a tough bucket because the Lithuanians did everything right. They collapsed onto the basketball. But Martinez showing a bit of craftiness as he finishes.
Kalnietis dribbles between his legs, and it goes. And Songaila, the star of their 2000 Olympic team, or one of them.
Lesson 101 in screen and roll basketball.
Ramon pulls up. Short. And Bias with the rebound, fouled by Pochas.
Jeff, Linus Claes is going to come in now for Lithuania. He has 2 points right now. He averages 21 a game, but against Puerto Rico, he only had 14 points. And Kęstutis Kemzura, in the press conference afterwards, paid tribute to the Puerto Rican defense. He said, you know, they really scouted us, and they took us out of what we like to do for Linus Claes.
So I guess that's a compliment to Flor Melendez.
Absolutely, yeah.
Another thing that Flor Melendez did was make sure that Galindo was in the team, and he pretty much showed everybody that he deserved to be there. I know there were some people that were saying he shouldn't be in the team. But the Puerto Ricans came up short against Lithuania. And Bias missed both free throws.
Lithuania won 76-72. They dodged a bullet when Barea turned the ball over in the last possession. Puerto Rico with a chance to win it.
And Songaila got away. Nope. He's fouled. They've called the foul. He raised his left elbow to push Jack Michael Martinez away. So well spotted by the ref, that one. Watch this. Good to see it.
I think Songaila was saying to the referee, look, he's holding my hand. They just tried to wriggle free.
Ramon looks to go inside, over to Baez. 7 on the shot clock. Baez gets in the lane and goes up strong and draws the foul. So he needs to make his free throws, which is something he didn't do the last trip down.
Good minutes from Baez.
They've been waiting on him to contribute. It's almost as if he hasn't understood or hasn't been able to shoot the ball. He seems like he's turned the ball over a lot because he's tried to make the extra pass in this tournament. But tonight, he's more aggressive. And maybe that's because Horford is out of the game and he feels the sense of urgency. Good player in Spain, in the Liga Endesa. Very good player for Juventud. They had a good year. Baez charged with the responsibility of guarding Linas Kleza, but the foul on the perimeter will send Lithuania back to the free throw line. And really, this is not a good situation for the Dominicans to put Lithuania on the free throw line.
You can play defense with discipline, and this is a good call, by the referee. Leonikaitis was fouled going to the basket.
Interesting how Leonikaitis hasn't featured in this tournament.
Now, Jeff, Garcia comes out here. Aslam's going to replace him. Sorry, I beg your pardon. And I just don't understand this. Garcia is upset. His body language is all wrong. All I can think of is he's not involving himself offensively. Static on the perimeter was Garcia.
Coronado's healthy again. Ramon for three. Good! So Garcia's got to cheer on his teammates here, but a push was called against the Dominicans, but I think the basket will count. But that means free throws are coming the way of Lithuania. So really, I think maybe the most tightly officiated game of this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
I went to a game and a free throw shooting contest broke out.
Well, that's exactly what we have right now. The referees like to set their stall out early with what type of contact they will tolerate. And then they have to be consistent, don't they? So once they start calling things tight, got to kind of stay with it.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is foul them because they've made all 12 free throws so far tonight. And the Dominicans are 6 of 8 at the free throw line.
Jeff, Aslan comes out and Gerardo Suero comes in. Not Garcia. I think Calipari is trying to send a message to Francisco Garcia.
Martinez bumped by Songaila, and the Australian referee quite rightly blows the whistle. Jack Michael Martinez makes the first one to get it back to a 10-point deficit.
Jeff, this is a quizzical substitution because Suero has played through the tournament 1 minute.
Machulis drives in and scores.
And now he's in here in the semifinals, and you got an NBA player in Garcia who's still on the bench.
It's the same with Leonikaitis, though. He hasn't played at all until right now. Ramon for three. That's short. But the long rebound. Ooh, it was almost an over and back there.
I don't think Leonikaitis dropped 28 in his last game, you know what I mean, with respect to him.
Yeah. I do remember seeing Suero in one of the games. Coronado over to Ramon for three. It's clearly the idea for the Dominicans right now is to get the ball to Ramon, but there's Suero, and he had the shot, puts it back up, and at least gets to the line.
That's a player, Jeff, I think who's playing with a lack of confidence. You can't blame him. He's only had 1 minute. Gerardo Suero went to State University of New York at Albany and entered the draft. Wasn't drafted this year, so he'll be looking for a professional job this summer.
Well, Kim Zura, his team has been through some battles in this FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, and the Dominicans really came out swinging here in the early going, but Lithuania have gotten up on top by 12 points. I think you were right when it comes to the message. There is a message being sent by Coach Cal with Francisco Garcia. Garcia doesn't look too happy over there.
We know that Coach Calipari excluded Charlie Villanueva from the team, the NBA player who's not here with Dominican Republic. And the young man is going to step to the line right now, Jeff. It's an interesting story. Fernando Suera, he entered the draft, decided to leave SUNY Albany early, wasn't selected, but he was in the top 10 in scoring in collegiate basketball this year. Missed the first free throw.
Well, that looked good. Kind of an unusual stance at the line.
His feet aren't pointed to the basket, are they?
Songaila, mid-range, no good. Suera. And Jack Michael Martinez, and fortunately for the Dominicans, Songaila couldn't hold on to it.
Dominican Republic need to stay in touch while Horford is on the bench with 3 fouls.
Oh, they lose Suera, so inspired substitution, because he's come up and provided some points. Kalnietis kicks it over to a wide open Jonas Maciulis for a 3-pointer. 12 points, the advantage. Bias. And Bias lost control. It goes out of bounds off of Lithuania. And Calipari is really, really coaching right now. I have to take back some of the things I said. I mean, he's obviously trying to communicate something. He's got his guys seemingly playing harder tonight, and with an idea of how they want to attack this Lithuania team. Jack Michael Martinez, 6 on the shot clock, and drives in with his left hand, no good. Now Kalnietis in midcourt kicks it up to Maciulis, and Maciulis lost control, but Kleza there with the rebound and hits it off of the Ronald Ramon of Dominican Republic.
Lithuania is so good in transition. Maciulis runs a lane. He should have laid it in, but Kleza doesn't give up on it. Second effort keeps the ball alive for the Lithuanians.
And Jasikevicius buries it from the baseline.
Nice screen-to-screener play. Jasikevicius set a pick for a cutter to the basket, then faded off of another screen.
Biggest lead of the game. Al Horford on the bench, 3 fouls. Francisco Garcia out of the game as well, and charged by Suera. I think the official's right.
Yeah, I agree with the officials on this one. John Calipari doesn't mind you, but
he was kind of moving back, wasn't he, Maciulis?
He was, but as long as that contact comes to the center of the chest, as it did, you'll up and get the call. Now we got another call.
Well, Kleza pulls over Ramon. Vancuna's going to come into the game. Kleza going to come back out. That was the foul.
Kleza with just 2 points as he comes out.
Post is also going to come into the game. Nope, no, he's not. He goes to the scores table and he goes and sits back down.
Missouri changed his mind.
Haven't seen Davidis Dolkus yet for the Lithuanians. Coronado up top, over to Fortuna. Final minute of the first half. Coronado for 3, off the rim. Really, this game is getting away from the Dominican Republic here at the end of the half. Lithuania looking like a team that's headed to the London Games. Up it goes, and Valanciunas had the dunk, the alley-oop, and missed it.
It's a great pass, too, by Jasikevičius.
Well, they were successful with that more times than not.
It's such simple basketball, too, Jeff. It's a screen and roll, but it is deadly effective.
Jasikevičius is talking to Valanciunas. We're lucky not to get the foul called on there.
14-point difference. Lithuania with a comfortable lead. They'll have a full, fresh shot clock. I would expect them to go deep in it, to leave a couple seconds for a rebound, and more importantly, to limit the chance for Dominican Republic to counter. Jeff, Kemzura has really led the resurgence of the Lithuanian program. He was the Latvian coach in 2009. Took the team over, and he led them to a bronze medal in the World Championships in 2010. And they were a little bit lackluster, I think you could say, in Eurobasket 2011 at home, finished 5th, which allowed them to get here. But obviously people had higher expectations as they hosted the Eurobasket Championships in Lithuania.
Yeah, 2009, Lithuania had a disappointing finish. They didn't get to the quarterfinals, and that led to the exit of Ramūnas Butatas. And then they got a wild card to play at the World Championship and made the most of it, getting the bronze medal. Jasikevičius up top. Advances it right back again. The dunk by Valanciunas.
That's absolutely fantastic offense. Just simple, pure, and effective.
You did not want to read lips that time from Calipari. 4 on the shot clock, 3. And it goes to Martinez, and I don't think they're going to get it off in time. So that's how it finishes. 52-36, the first half. Al Horford on the bench with 3 fouls. Francisco Garcia not playing too much. Maybe something was said. It looks as if he's kind of moping, although he kind of always looks like that.
Yeah, but to be fair to Garcia, Jeff, when Dominican Republic broke from their last time out, he was patting teammates on his back. He's still involved, but I think clearly Calipari is sending a message to him.
Well, those are the stats. Lithuania pretty much dominating. Well, both teams have hit 4 3-pointers. Good free throw shooting from the Lithuanians, making all 12. And Maciulis, who's come back from that serious knee injury, which kept him out of last year's Eurobasket, has a team-high 12 points. Ramon leading the way for the Dominican Republic. It's the second semifinal. Which team is going to join Russia from the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament at the London Games? Right now, it looks like it's going to be Lithuania. They lead it 52-36.